The Wednesday Night Wars. Now, I actually don't know exactly what you watched this week.
Well, wasn't much, but enough. Okay, first off, I wasn't going to watch any of what they present as allegedly pro wrestling on Wednesday when I heard this news that we've talked about. And then that felt so good that I didn't watch any of it on Thursday either. But I did read some of the recaps, and I saw that there were zombies on NXT, so I just decided to invoke the zombie rule. Fuck them entirely. There were actual zombies on the program. Is this what you heard?
I didn't watch it. Once you gave me a little bit of a whiff that you were thinking about not watching it, I used that as an excuse not to watch it.
Okay,
I do have it on my DVR, though, because I am curious.
Well, this is the week they won the ratings.
This is the week they won the ratings. With everyone doing the worst possible television they could do within a couple weeks. AEW and their dinner theater, Impact having a shooting on the air, full-out drama breaking out on WWE Hell in the Cell. I am curious how NXT will deal with the latest trend in wrestling, which is really, really bad TV. So I do want to see how they handled it with Halloween Havoc and Shitsy Blitzy and her spin the wheel, make a deal. I got to watch it.
Well, I think I'd have rather just bid on some of her poop.
That's $5, mister.
I can afford it. I can even get some to take home in a doggy bag. But anyway, so I didn't watch NXT because of the zombies. But they won in the ratings this week, and that is most probably a result of the dinner theater segment last week, which was blistered even by a lot of people that normally make excuses. Not all the people that normally make excuses, just some of them. But I didn't want to watch AEW either, but I had seen or heard about a couple of things that I had to just get a taste of. So this ain't going to take long, because what I did was I started watching things until there was an excuse to just say, why the fuck am I watching this? Because I'm a normal adult human being with a brain. So that didn't take too long in each segment. So we can go down them real quick. I watched 2 matches in their entirety, though, so we can talk about that. And I didn't write a lot of stuff down. Here's what I wrote. The opening match was Wardlow versus Page. Here's what I wrote down. Nothing. They had a match, and they're 2 of the best-looking athletes they've got on the roster. And then they got up on the top rope and did the thing where Adam Page has to crawl up on the guy's shoulders, and I said, oh, fuck it. What'd you think?
I thought it was all right. Probably the best thing on the show.
Well, no, it wasn't.
Well, one of the best. You're right. One of the best things on the show.
One of the least good things.
I like the finish.
Or one of the least bad things on the show.
I like the finish because the finish kept Wardlow kind of strong, but it also got Adam Page over. I did want to ask you, this tournament for the number 1 contender to the AEW title.
Yes.
It so far has been booked kind of predictable. Or I guess we could have predicted the way they were booking this thing. I think we kind of did, actually. Is there anything wrong with that? As a booker, is there anything wrong with having a tournament where the average viewer can predict exactly where it's going?
No, that's a good thing. Because then that means they want to see the fucking final match that you've got, that you're going to give them. So many people have started to book to surprise people. Well, Shitstain started that. This will be a surprise. Here's the thing. Yeah, if we told the kids Christmas was coming for 6 weeks and then the fucking day of Christmas, you know what? They canceled it. That'd be a surprise, but you're not giving the people what they want to see. Sometimes it's obvious if you have 2 guys, and I'm not saying these are the 2 guys. I don't think fucking Kenny Olivier could draw money if you dipped him in glue and drug him through Fort Knox. Page can, but he's, been booked to be a drunk and a fucking whatever the fuck. In the middle of this, I don't know what can make any difference. But
a sad drunk.
But in a normal situation, it's not that bad if the people can predict the final of an 8-man tournament because that's probably the match they want to see to begin with in the finals, or a program between these two guys over the title or whatever. So just the people being able to predict it is not necessarily. Now, when they can predict it and they also don't want to see it, now that's a problem. But when it's something that you don't just take away what people want to see because you want to surprise them, something you juice it up, you maybe add some good to it, but you should be going in the direction of what you think they'd want to see to begin with. I don't know why any of these people want to see this fucking Twinkle Toes McFinger bang, as we'll get to in a minute. But yeah, so Page hit him with his clothesline and he went to a knee and then he hit him with another one and beat him. But Wardlow's been bungled since day one.
I don't disagree with you there, but to the earlier point, this is exactly where we thought they were going. Page versus Omega. The build-up from them being a team and then breaking up as a team has been really, really poor. But, like I said earlier,
that's because they didn't make people care about these two guys individually to begin with. They think they did, but they didn't. Not anybody that didn't already care, as is evidenced by their ratings. It's the same fucking people. So they've been following along this dramatic horseshit storyline of their conflicted emotions of the team and Page's lack of responsibility and Olivier's lack of wanting to confront whatever the fuck. And to most normal people and any excommunicated wrestling fans, they're just a bunch of, just like the Young Bucks and the rest of these idiots, just a bunch of fucking nitwits whining and bitching over silly shit. So, say if Wardlow had come in and was an unstoppable monster and was fucking MJF's bodyguard for a year, being figured into the program on every week's show and fucking doing things to help MJF, and then suddenly, and MJF bullies him, but then suddenly the worm turns and Wardlow turns on MJF, as is probably what's going to happen sometime, that might mean something. And if Wardlow had destroyed a bunch of people and been an unstoppable monster in a variety of appearances, that would mean something. But they just start out like everybody's over. They do these things for a week or two. Then you don't see people for a while, and then they come back to it. That was Wardlow and Page. I'm done with that fucking thing because we have to move on.